And finally, about these two guys, I'll tell you two short things. When we started the process of adapting Hellboy, and we had one of our first meetings in the studio, and they started doing the stupid questions that they always do. And they say, couldn't it be a guy that is normal? And then when he gets angry, he turns into Hellboy? No, it couldn't be that. Well, does he have to be red all the time? Yes, he has to be red. Does he have to be called Hellboy? Yes, he has to be called Hellboy. And after that round of things, well, they said, well, go write the f***ing screenplay. Go and write the f***ing screenplay. I come back and they say, we love the story, we love the idea, can the Rock be Hellboy? No, not unless Stone Cold Steve Austin directs. And they said, we'll green light it with him. I said, f*** that. I don't want that. I don't want to do that. And they said, well, okay, who do you see? And everybody around me starts dancing really fast and saying, well, it could be this or it could be that. And I say, it's Ron Perlman. And the budget is what? And it's Ron Perlman. And it's just because why do I believe Ron is the guy to do it? I think that number one, a guy that can do Vincent's Beauty and the Beast and Name of the Rose Salvatore and the Neanderthal in Quest for Fire. That's a f***ing range, number one. Number two, not every... And why? Because those three characters are parts of Hellboy. I mean, Hellboy can be a Neanderthal, can be Salvatore, or can be Vincent. I mean, he's a guy that you can admire. Personally, I would like Hellboy to be my dad. Can you adopt me? I'm fat, but I like you. That's number one. The other thing is, seriously, there's many actors, you put a mask on them and they die. The mask dies, the effect dies, and it becomes prosthetics over dead flesh. This is a guy that makes it come alive, And the third and final thing, aside from knowing how much of Hellboy lives inside of Ron, and how much they have in common, because they act like normal guys, but they are in many ways superhuman. And I asked him to work on Kronos because I admire him. That's what I asked him. I try to work with people I admire. But the last thing, and the most important one, is that f***ing voice. That f***ing voice. It's just amazing. About Mike, I'll tell you the briefest, and then we'll proceed to sign that collectible. When I was shooting a movie in '97 and having a really hard time doing it, essentially having a grinder on my nuts going very slowly over the shit, then popping one at a time. I would have one single thing to look forward to, and that was every new issue of Hellboy. I would go, I love Mike. I remember the period when Mike became Mike. When he went from Rocket Raccoon and those stuff to all of a sudden in Cosmic Odyssey, boom, there was those weird figures with the huge torso and the tiny legs. And there was that guy with that big f***ing hole in his chest. And there were all those crazy things. And little by little, Mike, Farther Than Grey Mouser, and all his series, he was becoming more his own creature. Then the Dracula series, which I said, it's better than the movie. His comic is better than the f***ing movie, it's fantastic. And the blacks on that, the way he evolved, and all of a sudden, Hellboy. When Hellboy happened, I knew I was looking at a universe that was so unique. And I don't know if it happens to you, but very seldom a comic book would make me recede back in the years and become, again, regress to a 10-year-old kid. When that happens at the ripe age of 38 and 500 pounds on each cheek of my ass, that's magic. That is something that is not often seen. And you go back and you go, if this is that good, why am I not dedicating several years of my life to making it happen? So that's why I'm working with them. We'll see you in the signing.